It's time to wake up the trees, part 2, the beauty within. So in this chapter, I'd like to go more into depth regarding the energy centers and the cerebral spinal fluid and the book of Revelation in the Bible, as well as some Hindu gods, and perhaps to bring a slightly different perspective regarding the meaning of these scripts and symbols. What is represented in the Bible and other scripts is, in my opinion, partial information. It opens the door, it's just the beginning. However, let me begin with the last book of the Bible, written by John, known as Revelation. Now, in my opinion, Revelation is nothing to do with what people call end times. That is just a poor kind of interpretation of what Revelation is actually really about.
Place of the electricity, which is in the lower part of the body, it runs up through 7 chakras, which are 7 nerve centers or resistors in your spine. It impacts in the pineal gland and throws open the right hemisphere of the brain. You've heard of like Buddhists and people and that meditate going, Om, Om, you've heard of that, and the energy comes up. Well, let me show you something. This is electrical energy. The 7 chakras are 7 resistors, and the international measurement of electrical resistance is Om. And the way that energy comes up through your spine, hits the pineal, and opens the right hemisphere of the brain is exactly the way the sun comes up from December to April, hits Aries, moves in the northern hemisphere to the right side, and summer comes to the world. Or summer comes to the northern hemisphere. That's exactly right. That's why it happens. That's why you meditate. You meditate to duplicate the energy of the sun. That's why the Jesus is crucified, sits in the tomb, and then rises within you, sits at the right hand of the Father, means sitting at the right hemisphere of the brain.
I had a lucid dream of old Nick. I opened the door and saw him standing there in full regalia, horns, red skin, big chin, overseeing a room full of nasty things happening. Instead of running away, I looked at him and I said, "You're not real. You're a mind control program, an implant." And as I said it, poof, he disappeared. Following this, the programs from my indoctrinated mind started to run out and change my perception on a deeper level. I started to look at the demonization of our beautiful bodies and the slave mentality that had been implanted in me and all of us from birth, or even before. I dared to question why. Why has our spine been turned into a serpent and worshipped? Why is Satan or Saturn red? What is this horrible aberration? Upon deeply examining the Bible scriptures and demystifying the texts, I could see more clearly that the whole thing had been seriously messed with. The truth was so convoluted it didn't even resonate or ring, only an ember remained. Piecing the puzzles together, I looked at the data from Hinduism, Buddhism and Islam. It seemed it had been distorted and fragmented, and it would be like eggshell repair to try and fit it all together again. So, being a simple person, I just looked simplistically at the body and stripped away the dross. No satanic stuff, no fables, no evil nonsense or tall tales. What did I see? Well, I saw that we're energy, we're electric beings, and the symbols are here to show how the current of energy moves internally and externally as we raise our frequencies or vibration or tone, or in musical terms, notes without dissonance. Our abilities are enhanced and intentions manifested increase. For a detailed explanation of all the energy centres translated from scripture, please either go to my members page on my website or wait for the book to be released. It's coming soon. Upon examining the body on my new anatomy app, I noticed that some of the parts of the body had once again been personified. The rectum looks just like an earth in electronics, and in fact, having done a bit more digging, also looks like the blue goddess Kali. You know, the one with the tongue sticking out. And then I thought to myself, well, why are the Hindu gods different colours? Well, the veins in our body look blue from the outside looking in, so the blue gods symbolise the Venus system, or veins in the body. Then I isolated the solar plexus and saw that from different angles it looked like language, hieroglyphs. How beautiful to read the language of our body, manifested externally as symbols or letters. I started to get excited and saw once again the connection to all things, from every living creature to the constellations. It's all within us. Literally, I felt tearful and honoured to be alive. I also felt slightly irritated that somebody, or whoever it is, or whatever it is, has really aberrated and demonised who and what we are. If we only knew who we really are, life would be very, very different. Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? Who are we really? When you take away all the demonization, all the lies, all the stories and myths that are untrue, when you really look at what and who we are an incredible, magnificent creation. We are the earth. We are the sky. We're the sun and the moon. We're the sea. We're every creature. We are everything. It's all within us. How incredible. What an incredible, marvelous creation we are. It's time to wake up the trees.